Okay, let's now talk about irregular frames and following the text, the picture path with the text outside of the picture frames. I'm gonna actually show this with the picture frame as well if you wish so, but I want to do something that's irregular. What if we did something very weird, like not follow the frame of the text, but follow inner elements of the text? For example, inside of this picture, what if I followed the book cover as a frame without changing anything in the picture? Can we actually do this? And the answer is, of course, yes, we can do this. And now in this lecture, we are going to actually learn this. To do this, I'm going to use very unconventional way of putting the pictures inside of this element. I actually created a new page right here, completely blank page without any masters. And what I will do is I will insert this stock fixed picture right here without a picture frame, just a picture right here. I'm going to resize it for the size to make it look a bit better. I'm going to resize it just like that. No, make it a bit bigger. I'm going to move it just like that. And what I want in this picture, that I want the text to follow this path, not touch any fingers, not to touch any of the phone, and cover everything else. Is it actually possible to do so? If we'll do the text frame, if we'll add a text frame just like that, and if we'll insert any filler text, it will cover the text just like that, right? It will do just like that. And we cannot do any text warping because we don't have any picture frames. Even if it did picture frames, it would not warp it in a good way because it would just be inside the picture. So it would need to avoid all the pictures, so text would just disappear. So how we can actually do this? We can actually do this by creating our own frame. So we want the frame that is actually covering everything besides these parts. And what's the best way to do this? We can actually draw the frame. And to draw the frame, I'm going to use pen tool. Let's draw the frame that we want. I'm going to make a point right here. Make another point right here. I'm going to actually move this. I'm not going to move this. I'm not going to do anything just yet. I'm going to move just maybe a bit. Because, yeah, I'm a bit perfectionist. By the way, I move this and transform this to the node tool by holding control if you want to move this. Then I'm going to continue here. I'm going to continue here. Continue just like that. Not touching any fingers, but being very close. You can actually make this lines, curved lines as well afterwards. Don't worry. We can do this. Let's draw this beautiful, beautiful frame. Just like that. Let's turn off the snapping because it actually affects us. Let's do this. Let's make this an edge. Let's make this one right here because we want to close this frame. Let's make this one right here and boom, we actually close it. We can actually move this a bit just to make it look a bit better. Yep, this is our frame, right? Well, no, this is actually the shape that we drawn. This is not a frame. To make it, let's make it a bit better. Let's make it a bit better before we're gonna transform it into frame. Let's make it a bit more curved. You know what? Because I want this to make it a bit curved. I'm gonna go and move to the node tool, make it a bit closer, a bit closer, a bit closer. But if I do the way too close, the shape changes. You know what? I'm gonna do this just like that. I'm gonna go to node tool and curve it. I'm gonna go to the node tool and do this one. By the way, you can do everything afterwards with the node tool. I just don't select the node tool because I do, by holding control, I can transform any pen tool into node tool. Let's make it a bit curved. This amount of details that I do is not needed at all, but you know what? Let's be perfectionists and do this. Let's curve it just like that. I want to curve it just like that, just for the sake of curving it. Let's make it a bit different. You can actually add some points if we want to adjust the curve. Okay, do this one. Instead of doing it, let's go to here and curve it around the finger exactly how you want. Do this. You don't need any curvature there. Do this. Do this. I'm gonna do the point right here and adjust the curvature just right here a bit. It doesn't need to be a perfect shape. A bit curvature, a bit of point right here, a bit of curvature right here. I know I'm doing this way too long, but I want this to be perfect shape. Just a perfect shape. And you might want to do this as well, and that's why I am just showing everything what I do. Okay, this is right here, and I'm gonna curve it just like that. Then I'm gonna do the point right here and curve it just like that. Then add another point right here and add a bit of a curvature. Then, no, not this one, Control Z. Again, Control Z, I didn't select the node. Do this and curve it. Then select the tip again of the finger and curve it. Then add another node right here. And a bit curve it. Right here as well. Just a bit of curvature. Go to the beginning of the finger. I know it's a bit tedious task, but we want a perfect shape, right? Or maybe we don't, or maybe it's just me, so it's okay. I'm gonna do this one as well, and this is pretty much perfectly curved around. I'm just gonna do an adjustments at the end. No, not like that. This is not a good adjustment. I'm gonna do this. Control Z is your best friend in this case. And, well, everything else is pretty much fine. Great, right? Now, what we can do is right-click on this with the selection tool or whatever you want and convert it to the text frame. Boom. Now it's a text frame. How do I know this? I'm going to select the color white for you to make it visible a bit better and insert filler text. Isn't it practically beautiful and perfect? Look how we perfectly manage to curve the text around it. Look how practically perfectly it is curved. How good it is. It is looking simply amazing. We have some kind of the form around it, but it actually will not be visible in the end. So don't worry about this because we don't have any stroke. So there is no stroke. So you can not worry about this. It's just the selection right here. It looks simply great, right? It looks beautiful. This is how we do an irregular shapes. Just draw it with the pen tool, adjust it with the node tool, and that's just it. And then convert it to the picture frame or the text frame or whatever you want. I can go and just go back and just make a curve just like that. I will actually delete the curve beforehand, so I don't want any stroke to be there. And I can transform it into the picture frame as well. And I can put any picture inside it. And look how it will change its shape. Look, it's just there. You can actually use this tool for a lot of different things. It's just another picture right there inside of the picture. I can move the picture itself for you to be able to be visible. Look how great it is. This is an amazing tool, and this is the tool that you should use very often. Let's go back to the not picture frame. Let's go Control Z, and then go to the text frame and insert filler text. How easy, simple, and straightforward it is. I know it took a bit of work just to do the small thing like that, but the results are amazing. It's so beautiful. You can do the same thing inside of an iPhone if you want, so it would not touch the YouTube logo if you want. It is as simple as that. Just learn how to use the pen tool, because pen tool is amazingly powerful tool, not just in Affinity Publisher, but in Affinity Photo as well, and in Affinity Designer as well. It's a very great tool to have, and you can do some things like that. You cannot do anything like that with the shape tool. You cannot do this. You cannot write a cog or like transform it into the fingers. So that's how you do an irregular shapes. Again, you can transform it into both picture frame and the text frame and use it however you want. Adjust the things however you want, adjust the paragraphs however you want. It's a regular text that you can actually adjust or transform into body, into the heading, into whatever you want. Transform it whatever you want and do whatever you want with it. It's as cool as that. Well, this should be it for this one. Let's go to the next one then.